This is how to complete a Mann-Whitney U test. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to rank each of the scores from the smallest to the largest, with the smallest getting rank number 1 and the largest getting the highest number. Given that there are 20 scores here, the highest rank is going to be 20. Now, one thing I find it really useful to do as we keep track of the ranks is to write them all down the side like this. It does take a little minute, but definitely while you're learning how to do this, it really helps to just keep you right and make sure that you don't make any mistakes. If you do make a mistake, don't worry, you should be able to spot it by keeping track of those ranks that way. So remember, we're ranking across all of the scores for the Mann-Whitney U test. It doesn't matter what category they're in. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to look for the first ranked score. So that's the lowest number. So the lowest number out of all of the scores, all of these ones here and all of these ones here, is a 4. So that gets rank number 1. Now we need to look at what the next highest number is. So I have a look down here and I see, and so we cross off rank number 1, sorry. Then we have a look down here and we've got score number 7 and we've got another score number 7. So those two are the second most ranked things here. They're the second lowest. They're equal, but we can't give them both rank number 2 because that would mean we'd end up with fewer than 20 ranks at the end. So what we do instead is we give one of them rank number 2 and one of them rank number 3, like that. And I've put them in brackets and I'll show you why. Because actually, we can't give them two different ranks here because they're the same number. So instead, we add those two numbers together. 2 plus 3 gives us 5, and divide by the number of ranks. So there's 2 ranks that we need to allocate here. 2 plus 3 is 5, divide by 2 is 2.5. If you didn't get that, don't worry, we're going to be doing that quite a few more times along here. So we've used up rank number 2 and rank number 3. So what's the next one after 7? Well, it's 8. 8 here in category 2, there's only one of them. In category 1, there's none of them over there, so there's only one 8. So we give it rank number 4, and we cross that off there. Now, we're going to look at the next one, 9. Okay, there's a 9, and there's another 9. So there's 2 9s. Are there only 2 9s? No, there's 3 9s. Okay, so we're going to be using ranks number 5, 6, and 7 for this, okay? So I find it easier just to write them down like this. You don't need to do that, but I find it easier just to remind myself of that. So 5, 6, and 7. So we're going to add 5, 6, and 7 together, and then 5, 6, and 7 together, and then because there's 3 9s, we divide by 3. Now I can't do that in my head, you might be able to, so I'm just going to get my calculator here. 5 plus 6 plus 7 equals 18, divide by 3, 6, oh, I probably could have done that one in my head. So we give them all a rank of 6. But we cross off 5, 6, and 7 up here. Now we're moving on to the 8th rank number. So we're looking for something bigger than 9. Well, there's a 10 here. Are there any other 10s? No, there are not. So that gets rank number 8. All right. Now we need to look for the next number up, which is 11. Are there any 11s? Yes, there's one here. And that, I think, is it for rank number 11. So we're going to give it 9, rank 9. Okay, now the 10th rank number. We've done 11, so let's look for 12. There's one 12. Oh, there's 2 12s. There's 3 12s. So now we're thinking, okay, we're going to be using ranks 10. We're going to use rank 11, and we're going to use rank 12. We're going to add those together. 10 plus 11 plus 12 equals 33, and then because we've used 3 ranks, we divide by 3. 33 divided by 3 is hopefully 11. It is 11. Oh, look at that. So 11, 11, 11. Now, number 13, I see 1 13, I see 2 13s. Okay, so these are going to get, oh, I forgot to cross these off, 10, 11, 12. These are going to get ranks 13 and 14. So 13 plus 14. 27 divided by 2 gives us 13.5. So we've used ranks 13 and 14. Okay, 14 is our next number. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So we're going to be using ranks 15, 16, and 17. So that's 15 plus 16 plus 17 equals 48 divided by 3, because there are three numbers we need to rank, 16 each. So we give them each a 16. And we cross off 15, 16, 17. So we've done 14. We're on to 15 now. There are two 15s. So we need to give them ranks 18 and 19. So that's 18 plus 19 equals 37 divided by 2 equals 18.5. I've jumped ahead of myself here. Better put the little things in there like I did before. So that's 18.5 for both of those. And this should be our last one, and there should only be one of them because there's only one rank left. Yes, that's rank number 20. So if you think you might have made a mistake somewhere, this is a really good way to keep track. If you don't have all of these crossed off, you can go back and check, have I got something ranked number 1? Have I got something ranked number 2? Can I go up one at a time through all of these numbers? If you can't, there's probably a mistake. But now you need to ignore these numbers in brackets, okay? They were just there to help you work out the overall ranks. Now we're thinking about actually summing these ranks. This sigma sign always means sum, so we add these together. So I'm definitely going to need my calculator for this. Here it's 11 plus 16 plus 6 plus 8 plus 18.5 plus 20 plus 16 plus 11 plus 9 plus 13.5. That gives us 129. 129. On the other side, we're going to go 2.5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1 plus 2.5 plus 6 plus 18.5 plus 11 plus 13.5 plus 16 equals 81.3. That doesn't sound right, does it? I think I've made a mistake there. It can't be plus 3.3 because all of these end in either a round number or 0.5. So I've obviously made a mistake. Let me try that again. 2.5 plus 4 plus 6 plus 1 plus 2.5. Aha! 2.8. 2.5 plus 6 plus 18.5 plus 11 plus 13.5 plus 16 equals 81. That seems much better. So we've got 129 and 81. Now we're going to do our UA and UB. So this looks like a really complicated formula, but it's actually quite straightforward. NA is the number of ranks in category A over here, category 1. So we know there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there's 10 numbers. I think I said number of ranks, I meant number of numbers. There's also 10 numbers in category B. So that's just 10 times 10. Plus that number again, 10 times 10 plus 1 divided by 2 minus sigma RA, which is 129. Now it's really important that you actually write all of this out and don't try and jump ahead, because if you jump ahead and make a mistake, you'll get no marks for it. Whereas if you lay it all out and make a mistake, then you will still get marks for it, because you'll get marks for showing you're working. So 10 times 10 we know is 100, plus 10 plus 1 is 11, so 10 times 11 is 110, divided by 2 minus 129. We know that 110 divided by 2 is 55. So this gives us 155 minus 129. And some of you do that in your heads, but I'm not as smart as you, so I'm going to do it on my calculator here. 155 minus 129, that gives us 26. So UA equals 26. Then we're going to do exactly the same for UB. It's a little quicker than this though, because we can jump ahead here because we know that all of this is going to be the same. So 10 times 10 plus number of numbers for NB, which is 10 again. If it was different, that would be more complicated, but it's exactly the same because there's 10 numbers here. So 10 times 10 plus 1 divided by 2 minus, but this time it's minus 81. So we can skip ahead with this bit because we know that that's just going to be 155, just like the previous one. The difference here is the sigma RB, which is 81. 155 minus 81 equals 74. So UB equals 74. So the U number is always the lower of these two numbers, right? Don't forget to actually include that, okay? Because sometimes people do all this work and then they don't actually write what the lower of the two numbers is, which is this one, isn't it? 26 is lower than 74. Even I can do that. So U equals 26. Hope this was helpful.